Hi, Mary Jane Doe. Made some people some mods, quite a few today, and of course you're one of them. I love you. I'm gonna wait till a few more people pop in. If they do, there's the sleuth. I almost said Sooth Flary. Hi, Sleuth Fairy. Yeah, I made you guys mods. Bunch of others too. I probably got carried away, but oh well. Yeah. Guys deserve it for sure. I'm waiting for a few more people to hop in. We'll let the music play. I got it down fairly low, I believe. Still can't hear it on my end. Hey, Justice Jane. Made you a mod too. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to be back. No tabs. My page looks different. What page? What does that mean? My page. Yeah, you got a blue dress with your heels, Justice Jane. What does that mean? Your page looks different. No tabs. You mean because I deleted all those tabs? You guys can see those from that end? Hi, Sunshine. You're a mod too. Pretty much gave a wrench to everybody that came back after I came back. DNA number 5. What does that mean? I'm so confused. Yeah, hit the like, please. I have the fan on low because I need a little air. Now, what do I do with it? Well, for one, if anyone harasses you, you'll be able to protect yourself more. I see your avatar and your title. No, I know. I haven't turned my cam on yet. I'm waiting for a few more to jump in. Oh, the like button is number 5. Okay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. And yeah, I have mostly control of my chat. But, if I need something posted or whatever, I can call on a mod. So, yeah. Oh, you need a fan too, menopausing, says Justice Jane. I'm way over all that. I have kind of a thick flannel big men's shirt on. I like wearing big things all the time. Maybe smaller things in the summer, but okay. All right. So, how many times has the song played? I can't hear it on this gosh darn end. Hi, happy Tuesday, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Give you a wrench too. You guys can hear the music, right? And it's not blaring. I have it low. I still can't hear it over here. I even changed my browser. I didn't even know how to do it. I wrote a big long letter to StreamYard last night. They got back to me today and they told me to do all the things that really I've already heard of doing. But the Firefox, oh good, thanks Sleuth Fairy. I don't think I hear the music. Oh, you don't? Let me turn it up a little. Make sure that's not going wanky now. All right, tell me, Mary Jane, if you can hear it now. You hear it now, okay? Oh, it's 48 degrees outside and you have your ceiling fan on. Yeah, I have to have some kind of white noise going, and I just found the accessibility control button, or I don't know, something the other day, and I can have a bubbling spring, all kinds of things, the ocean. I bought a little clock for that kind of thing for my son years ago, 10 years ago, and he doesn't use it. And now I have it right on my iPad. I turned all that off thinking that was the background problem. I'm telling you, I was fussing around again last night. I think it doesn't even have to do with the mic. It's my speakers. There's something going on with my speakers. And also where it says speakers, in settings here in StreamYard, I'm supposed to type in what kind of speakers I have, or like as if I know, but nothing comes up. It just says no options on there. But for mic, it says iPad microphone. So I don't know. I just don't know. I do need to, if it's not too late, do a quick vacuuming in the little holes on the side where the speaker is. I've rebooted umpteen times after I changed the browser. I mean, I'm really... This reminds me of when I was learning to copy and paste a year ago. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Hi there. Makeup's a little thicker. Maybe it's too thick. Now that I'm looking at it, it's a little too thick. Especially the eyeliner on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna fix it now. That's a little better. Men are lucky. They don't need to fuss, do they? They don't need to fuss. I'm trying to get my little Coca-Cola bear. See it? See the Coke? Coca-Cola. It's from my sister years ago. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sean B. Hi, everyone. Arco Show. See, I made, oh my gosh, all of you that were here yesterday are mods. You all have wrenches. All right. Let's get into this. It's been 12 minutes. I'm trying to do an hour a night. So, oh wait, let me turn the music off. Okay, that's shocking that I remembered. That's what I mean. I usually don't remember. Oh, thank God. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, teddy bears. And I guess I'll put my banners up. I'll do this. Because God knows I still need help with the kittens. And yeah, and how do I take my name down? Wait. Oh, I have to go back and, well, anyway. Oh, here we go. There we go. Trigger warning instead of my name there, because we're going to need that today. Okay. So Sunshine graciously and kindly pulled up the disclaimer for me yesterday because she was in chat. This video is for educational purpose only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I can barely read my writing. So my darn tremors. Okay, so yeah, so I was really hopeful. Thank you, Sleuth Fairy. I was really hopeful that getting on the browser of Firefox, you guys, I didn't even know that those were, that Google and all of that, those were called browsers till like a little while ago. I just thought they were like whatever you needed to run your device. I mean, and I know, oh, gee, duh, that's a browser, but I'm telling you, I'm really naive. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe, for this. Okay, thank you for this. And thank you for this. Okay. Put a what? Just let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in chat if you've been following this Carly Gregg trial at all. I know it's long and, you know, it's like 8 hours in one day. I have not been watching every single second of it. I've been listening to different parts. And then, you know how those little parts are made into videos and stuff by Court TV. Oh, good, Sunshine. Not yet, Mary Jane Doe. So like the Stepdad, Keith, right, that got shot. He got wounded, but not, killed like his wife, her mother. He was on stand today, and I haven't seen it. Okay, so we're going to go to that part first, okay? I'm going to mute and stop cam. Just give me a moment. It's her stepdad.
If you would introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen. My name's Heath Smiley. And Heath, we've met before today, that's right? Yes, ma'am. If you would, though, these ladies and gentlemen don't know you, so if you would just kind of tell them a little bit about how old you are.
How's the hearing or sound?
Years old. I'm a physical therapy assistant, and I've been Carly's stepdad for, it was almost, I guess, 3.5 years. Tell me, excuse me, Heath, prior to March 19, 2024, who were you married to? Ashley Smiley. And when did you and Ashley Smiley meet? It was the spring of 2019.
Thank you, Mary Jane.
Did you and Ashley Smiley end up married?
Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you.
In June of 2020. Where'd y'all get married? We actually went up to Gatlinburg when things opened back up after COVID. You like to take trips, be outside? Yeah. How old was Ashley Smiley when she passed? She was 40. And where did Ashley work? She was at Northwest Rankin High School. Can you describe for the ladies and gentlemen?
Okay, so I'm going to do about 15 seconds, stop, start it. It's a pain in the butt, but yeah, here we go. This is the stepdad's testimony.
I mean, kind of what Ashley looked like. She was very small, about 5'1", 5'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, super nice, real smart. Let me approach the witness room. that. Can you tell me what that is? It's the picture that we took. I guess we were up in the Smokies somewhere. I'm not sure which one that one's from. Might have been.
I need to address something outside my doors. Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry.
That's myself and my wife, actually. We'd ask that be marked as the state next exhibit.
I don't know who that is. Maybe that's his mother.
That's seven all purposes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mayor Singer, you know that it's tough. I can't imagine what you're going through. But can you tell us, is the picture of Ashley that is in front of you, is that similar to the way she looked the last time you saw her alive? Yes, ma'am. Tell me about, you told us that, a little bit about Ashley's personality. I don't think there'll be any dispute that she loved being a school teacher, right? Loved her kids at school. Yes. Tell me about
How much did Ashley love Carly?
They loved each other so much. She just, everything she did, she planned out for Carly and around Carly.
Before you and Ashley met, was she previously married?
She had been, yes, ma'am.
And who was she married to?
Kevin Gregg.
And did Kevin and Ashley have any other children besides Carly?
She had a second child that passed several months or a year or so later from a genetic abnormality.
Whoops.
And her name was Natalie Gregg.
Yes.
I have to turn the thing off after almost. Is this a follow-up from last night? I fell asleep. Oops. Hi, Halloween baby. A follow-up. This is trial from today, day 2. And this is Keith, the stepdad who got shot or grazed or something in the shoulder area. But someone, I think, was it Sunshine? Somebody said yesterday that the mother got shot twice in the head, and she did. Once in the neck, once in the face. I don't know if I answered your question.
And she had passed before you met Ashley, is that
yes,
right?
Years before.
That is Carly Gregg,
what
for those that don't know.
About the relationship
her daughter.
Between Ashley and her ex-husband, Kevin Gregg?
Only some things that Ashley had told me here and there. Things didn't go well, and they ended up getting divorced.
And he, the ladies and gentlemen of the jury have seen some body cam footage of the day that your wife was murdered and you were shot. And on that, you mentioned that y'all were having some trouble with Kevin Gregg. Can you explain to us what was going on around that time?
I think he just...
Yeah, all the way up to her passing, the mothers, they were in a contentious divorce over Carly.
Like trying to give Ashley trouble as much as he could through the legal system, any chance he could. I don't know exactly what all was going on, but she had acquired someone to try to get him back into court about possibly changing up visitation stuff again.
Had Carly ever told you anything about Kevin Gregg using drugs?
Yes.
So he was a known drug user?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to talk to you, Heath, about, you told us about how much Ashley loved Carly and that Carly was basically her life. Tell us about yours and Carly's relationship before March 19, 2024.
We were always good. We laughed and played and messed around with little video games, and took her to karate stuff until she kind of got tired of that. She started going to guitar practice weekly, so I was taking her to that every week. We got along great.
So, and what came out in trial today is that some friends, or a friend, I think it's a few friends, I can't remember exactly, I don't want to give false information, said that she had a burner phone, she didn't smoke pot 2 times, it was pretty often. Okay, Halloween baby, you go relax. Thank you for being here as always. And she had a boyfriend, and it was almost like, not her persona, but to her mother, she was sort of like the perfect child with the perfect grades, but had her mental issues, which they were working on, and she was on an antipsychotic. And literally, I don't know, honestly, it was a few days or a few weeks, but shortly after she went off it, I don't know if she just decided one day to not. Well, no, she switched over to Lexapro. You know, but maybe she needed to be back on something stronger. I don't know. And then also, like I said yesterday, the mother and Carly were concerned that Carly might have perhaps what her father has, which some mental illness. And they didn't state what it was, but it was a psychotic one. So I'm thinking maybe schizophrenia. I don't know. Oops. I was going to touch this screen. Oh, look at my mouth. It's even today. If you look at yesterday's video, I was all down on this side and this side was puffed up. It was weird because I had a filling done.
You liked being a stepdad?
Yes.
Sometimes with children comes discipline, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you say, or how would you describe the type of parent that Ashley was to Carly?
She was, like I said, always thinking about Carly and just Carly's first no matter what. She would do anything in the world for her and would try to get the best for her every day.
Were there times that you and Ashley would have to punish Carly?
Of course.
Give us some examples of that, Heath.
She had troubles growing up with back and forth with the stepdad and everything, so she would always wanting to try to make friends at the house and around home. And Ashley was always trying to, keep an eye on her, make sure she was okay and knew where she was. And
I have to remember to stop it in between. I mean, this is court TV. I don't know, like, am I supposed to put hashtag court TV, in my title? I don't know. Other people get to stream them, but then again, maybe you have to ask or something. So I'm trying to read the copyright and then just do this kind of thing, interrupt it. And I haven't gotten any, like on yesterday's, warning or strike or copyright anything. Thank God.
Ashley had to fuss at her a time or two about, you can't go here, you can't go there, it's too late, that kind of thing. But she never really, day to day, got in trouble, really.
I want to ask you, was there a time that a boy named Thad came over to y'all's house?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen what you recall about that day?
We were all sitting at the house and there was a knock at the door, and Ashley checked the doorbell camera and we didn't know who it was. Carly had talked to us about that and we knew who it was, we just didn't have a face to the name. And Carly saw who it was and didn't want to see him, so I went to the door and just said, I'm sorry, I told him we must have the wrong house, and came back in and shut the door.
Where were Ashley and Carly when you were at the front door with that?
They went around, I guess, into the hallway or maybe one of the bedrooms, I'm not sure.
Okay, and I haven't seen any of this testimony, like I said before, any of it. I wanted to wait and see it with you guys and comment as we go along. Okay, just have your copyright up and comment here and there. If you have some free StreamYard music, you can turn it on very low in the background, just do long as you change their version. So if I have StreamYard music going in the background really low, I don't have to keep stopping it? Is that factual, Halloween baby? What's happening?
At any point, did it appear that Ashley was physically holding Carly back from going to the front door? At any time after you told Carly, told Thad that Carly didn't live there, did Carly act like she was upset with you? Did she act like she was upset with Ashley?
No.
Do you think that she would have been mad enough to have said, like, she almost murdered y'all because you wouldn't let Thad come in the house?
That's not the feeling I got from it at all.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I want to talk to you about back in.
All right, I've been watching enough court TV to know that I'm pretty surprised there wasn't an objection, right? Hearsay or not hearsay, you know, the state trying to put their ideas in his head, but there's a word for it, right? And they didn't. And that's shocking to me. So, Halloween baby, just talk some, but change it so it is your own version. Yeah, I am kind of changing it when I talk in between like this, hopefully. You can view and or cover anything that isn't copyrighted. Well, this is copyrighted, right? But that's why I said the disclaimer. That's what I thought the disclaimer was for. Am I on facts about that? Yep, you're fine. Okay, good. And also by talking in between like this, hopefully, I'm hoping sometimes if you guys have a question, like yesterday, I believe it was Sunshine, said, is she being charged as an adult? And now where's my paper? She is. And I decided to Google it because I was curious. I was like, what states, right, charge an adolescent or juvenile as an adult? And it was interesting. And this is what came up. If the crime is heinous enough and has premeditation, they're tried as an adult. But right now, the state of Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, Texas, and Wisconsin. Okay? Now, then it said, those 5 states now draw the juvenile/adult line at age 16. This is in Mississippi. So if she was from Georgia, Louisiana, North Carolina, Texas, or Wisconsin, by law, I don't believe, I could be wrong, they wouldn't be able to charge her as an adult. But then again, it was asked this of the judge that hosts the show, and she said if the crime is heinous enough with premeditation, they can go for it or whatever. So then it says, however, all states have transfer laws. Okay, here we go. Allowing or requiring young offenders to be prosecuted as adults for more serious offenses, regardless of their age. There you go.
In 2021, Carly would have been in middle school. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Were they living in the house with you?
Yes,
Carly
ma'am.
and Ashley?
Thank you, Pink.
Carly was in the 7th grade, I think, then?
Sounds right, yes.
Was there an incident where Carly got in trouble for bringing a knife to school?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about what you know about that.
All I know is we had ordered some stuff off Amazon, and since Swiss Army knife I had found on Amazon, like I had when I was young, and she decided on a cover of one she wanted, and I ordered it for her, and she used it all the time in her room. And then all of a sudden one day, we found out she had it at school in her pocket, and somehow got in trouble with it, and I don't know.
Okay, again, I haven't heard any of this. Sunshine, Carly is at jail and not at a youth authority facility. Yes, she's in jail, and I also read yesterday on the court TV thing that she's been in, is it segregated or solitary confinement or whatever it's called now, all this time. So for 6 months, I guess, to protect her or something from the public inmates, or not public inmates, the other inmates, or maybe she was just very distressed. I'm not sure. But yes, first she did go, though, to a detention center yesterday. They said this under the, well, actually, 2 days ago, they said this under the pretrial hearing, to draw her blood and check basically for hard drugs and anything she might be on. And there was nothing significant there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I read something very similar to this. I have the paper right here, so I don't forget to read it every day, or I probably will. Yeah. They can drive at 14, I think, and the legal age is 16 for you know what. What? Get married? Have SE? I don't know. So I'm not sure what you exactly mean by that. Can you put even the first letter if it's, oh, okay. Yeah, Mississippi, I've never been there before. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, left off with the knife. What does that mean? She went ahead and ordered one? Wait.
I don't know what happened, but they said they couldn't tell us much more at the school about it, and that's about all I know on it.
Yeah, so the knife was in Carly's pocket, not in her book bag. Is that right?
I was understanding it was in her pocket from that morning when she was using it, but.
And then you didn't actually go to the school for any type of hearing in regards to that, right?
No.
That would have been something that Ashley handled.
If she went up there for that, I don't remember it. Maybe she might have. I don't know.
What did Carly tell you, or how many days did Carly tell y'all that she had actually brought the knife to school?
I thought it was just that day.
What was the result of her bringing the knife to school?
They have.
Boy. I don't know. The word to me that comes to mind, and I don't know any legal stuff, and I'm not trying to act like I do at all, but reaching, how many times did they say she brought the knife to school to make it sound like she must have brought it more than once. And then he just says, yeah, I'm not aware of more times. They're the state, but they're sort of trying to paint her. I think my opinion is this I don't want to say gangster, but it's troublemaker. There you go. Oops, did it again.
zero tolerance policy on that and sent her to an alternative school until I think it was that Christmas break and let her come back.
So she had to spend time at the alternative school as a discipline.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
What, if anything, Heath, do you know about another time that Carly got in trouble at school for cheating?
That was, I can't remember if it was this past spring semester or when it was. Everything is kind of run together on exactly when. But at some point, she has always complained to us that kids constantly bug her for help with schoolwork because she can do all of it so easily and she can explain it to them better than most teachers. And she...
Yes. To let the people know that don't know, she's extremely, extremely bright. Skipped an age. She's only was 14 when she did this horrendous act. I'm not trying to, downplay it. I'll just say it again. I just don't want her to get life in prison because I don't believe her brain is fully developed. They say it's not until you're at least 18. It doesn't mean she didn't know right from wrong. I'll tell you, when we look at the video of her, watch the actual video, you guys. The ones of you that haven't seen it, I was just like stuck to the couch today like this, just watching it when her and her mom come home. And then the incident happens. And I literally was like, oh my gosh, they're not going to show her killing her mom, are they? You could hear it in another room. So we'll get to that eventually.
She got so tired of them coming to her for stuff. Somebody just dared her or something. I'm not sure what. And apparently the teacher had a book or a computer or something open, and she took a picture with her phone of whatever was open up there.
Was it like the answers to a test or something like that?
Something like that. I'm not sure exactly what now, but yes.
And then she shared those answers with other kids?
I assume so, yes, ma'am.
Was this at the same school that Ashley taught at?
Yes.
How, from pure observations, how did Ashley respond?
Ashley is her mother, the same high school.
She was just upset that she had done that, and she, talked to her about, can't be cheating, can't be letting others talk you into things. Just going with the flow of kids is not a good idea usually. So.
Heath, were there other, we talked about Thad, was there another boy that Carly was in some sort of dating?
Yeah. Gypsy Rose is one that I didn't follow, and I'll be honest because I'm really transparent, I didn't want to, and I'll tell you why. I mean, her mother didn't deserve to die. I'm not saying that, but what she put her through, making sure she was sick and sick and sick her whole life since a little girl, maybe a baby, I'm not sure. So she could go to the hospital and all this and get attention and get medicines for her and whatever else happened. Didn't she have a bunch of surgeries even? Anyway, and she did time. She did do time. But her boyfriend, I guess, that literally did it, is the one that got life or something, and she got maybe not enough time. Again, I'm not sure, but I just think people should let her be now. I mean, I hope I don't get too much flack or not flack, disgruntledness from people, right, in my chat or otherwise about it, but it's just for hearing a little bit Oh. Oh, there's no proof of that, though. All her medical procedures were necessary due to her micro deletion. Oh. Who's Dee Dee? All right, let's go back to this now. Yeah, see, now I probably shouldn't have commented about the Gypsy Rose thing, but
relationship with that y'all knew about?
She had been dating Anthony. I forgot his last name right now.
That's okay, but you and Ashley knew about him.
Yes, ma'am.
Had he been to y'all's house before?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there any time that you or Ashley told Carly, hey, you need to end this relationship with him?
I didn't get into a lot of that. Ashley had talked with Carly about him and, you know, some of the things that was going on, and they had supposedly ended it.
I believe you told, do you recall telling law enforcement that there were times that you and Ashley both would go through Carly's phone?
Yes,
Oh.
we tried to keep an eye on her.
Was there ever a time?
Good grief, I got carried away there. Wow, really? That's really sad. Really, really sad. I wonder how. Okay, I know it was in Oregon, you guys. It was a teacher that got shot. The husband was out of town. The son had his mental issues. Her and her son had their issues. And he accidentally killed her. So I don't know how, though, yet. And I wish I had written down the name of the case or whatever. I can't remember his name. I think it might be Michael someone, but I'm not sure. But he was young 20s and he had anxiety and different issues. Yeah. And he got arrested. I wonder if he's like still in jail, if there's going to be a trial, if he went ahead and pled to something. I don't know. I wish I knew. That was really sad. Yeah, that was sad. Thank you. I try. If this comments to me. Oh, no problem, Sean B. Yes. Yes. I don't know, like if he pushed her, she bumped her head or what. Um, but yes, it was this year. Yep. Oh, thank you, Mary Jane. That's very sweet. Yeah, I mean, now when I'm done with this program, I want to literally look into it. Oh, yeah. Hi, Art Ghost Show. Hi. Leading. Calls for, oh gosh, yes, leading. Calls for speculation. Assumes facts, not in evidence. Yep, definitely interesting to see what judges allow. Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think of that. The judge can call out. That's right. And just say overruled, or no. Don't they say overruled or sustained when, either the state or the other one says something? Otherwise, they say something else, right? Okay.
Time that you or Ashley took Carly's phone away from her?
So, Ashley had the parental controls on her phone, and we got to where we weren't going to let her take it into her room when it was bedtime. Had to keep it like on the kitchen counter, or we'd keep it in our bedroom sometimes. But most of the time so she could be able to call or text us if needed. She might have not let her take it to school some days. I can't remember exactly, but most of the time when she was out and about, she had the phone, even if actually locked down some parental controls for a little while.
Why?
Yeah, and that's a significant question to him. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but as you guys might remember or know, that supposedly was the trigger of her getting so angry at her mom. She found a vape in her room after school that day and then took her phone. Yeah. Do we know who the minor was yesterday that testified? Yeah, I believe the name, wasn't it Carla or Kayla? I heard it today. You're right. And that was a big, long thing that they actually read on court TV today. I didn't see that. I need to go back and take a look at that, actually. They wouldn't let us hear or see it, says Justice Jane. Oh, it was typed out today in the court TV thing. So, you know what? When he's done talking, let's see if we can't find it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for bringing that up.
Why was it that y'all didn't want Carly to have the phone in her room at night?
She was worried that she would stay on it, messing with it, and not sleep.
Was there ever a time after y'all thought that Carly had broken up with her boyfriend that y'all learned that in fact she had not broken up with him?
So I actually worked at the school, and she told me she had still seen them, in the hall together, walking up and down the hall and things. And she talked to me about it, and was like, she was okay with it and everything, as long as it was okay and nothing harmful was coming of it for Carly.
Hey, do you recall a time that you and Ashley discovered that Carly had an iPod that she was using to communicate with people?
Yes, that was another thing that her dad had talked her into doing to get around communication. He was, I think, kind of paranoid about everything, and that Ashley might have been controlling Carly's communication with him, even though she always left those communication channels open, even when she locked down the phone.
Interesting.
It didn't appear to y'all that she was in fact talking to her dad on the iPod?
I don't think so.
Who was she communicating with?
I'm not sure if she was communicating with kids so much as she was on like TikTok and some of that kind of stuff.
And y'all had asked her not to be on those accounts?
Yes.
Do you remember when that was, Heath, around what time of year?
I don't remember that.
Was there ever a time that you and Ashley learned that Carly had been cutting her thighs with a knife?
Yeah, I think that was in the minor's testimony, that she was self-harming herself, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Yes. Thank you. Yes, credit to them. This lady streams the trial daily and commentates in between breaks and so forth. The Journey to Justice, it's called. Okay. I wonder if I've seen that. Thank you, Justice Jane. Thank you, Sleuth Fairy.
Carly taking any sleeping pills?
A year back, she was cutting her
Nothing
legs,
other than she
self-harming.
She used to sleep like a rock, and Ashley always had sleeping trouble, and she would take a melatonin at night, and it was a week or so she had a bad cold, and she was taking some NyQuil. I think she said that helped out some too. So,
around the time that y'all found the iPod and Carly was cutting her thighs, is that about the same time that Ashley took her for therapy for anxiety and stress?
Within, I don't know, I think that was maybe a couple months, maybe before, it seems like.
Wow. Definitely has some issues. But then again, I mean, even the commentators of the show and everything, the trial, not the one where Vinnie Politan has his own show, Invest VPI or whatever. The blonde lady with the long hair that either is a judge or was a former judge, or I can't remember her name. But when you guys see it, wow, it's really something how she hid the gun behind her back from the camera. She looked up. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Is that your understanding, though? That's what you told law enforcement of why Carly was in therapy, was anxiety and stress?
Yes, ma'am. It was something like that. I think she was kind of depressed some days.
And I think you told them that there were times that you would go maybe to the therapist's office with her, but you weren't actually sitting in any of those appointments, were you?
No, ma'am. I went up there with them a couple of times, but it was kind of a little waiting room outside.
And you don't have any personal knowledge about any medication that was prescribed, do you?
Not until after, yes, I knew she'd been on one and they changed her up to something else.
You don't have any knowledge on whether or not Carly was actually taking that.
Okay, so they're speaking about the medications now.
Medicine, do you?
She had been taking one a day, I think, until they wanted to swap her up to a different one. So I'm not sure on the time frames on that. I'm sure it's in the record somewhere.
Yeah, and I've been prescribed medicine before, and sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't. Did you actually physically see Carly taking her medication?
Ashley would have her go get it and make sure she was taking whatever it was, one a day or whatever. She kept an eye on that.
Do you know if on March the 19th?
Well, that's good. That's good that her mother was doing that. When my son changes his or goes up or down a dose, I jot everything on the calendar because they always seem to want to know anyway, right? Every time you go to the doctor, is there a change in prescriptions? How much is he on now? And along with all my meds, since my stroke almost 4 years ago, and all of this, it's hard to keep track of it all. And yeah, just saying, okay, did you really take your antidepressant or did you really take your antipsychotic? I need to see it too. Not so much with my son anymore. Yeah, thanks, Sleuth Fairy. Hi, Truth Seeker. Hi, I am back. And you've been in some of my chats lately, and thanks for hopping in. Yes. What was I saying? Oh, but he's on an antipsychotic now, and it's one he's been on in the past. And he started it just 2.5 months or so ago, and it's working. It's really working. So I don't even have to remind him in the evening, and it makes him a little tired, so he can sleep. So I'm glad we're there. Yeah, please hit the like if you will. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too, my friend. I do. Jacqueline, you're a sweetheart. You always have been. Oh, okay. Good for you.
In 2024, did you see Carly take any medicine?
The 19th?
Yeah, March the 19th of 2024.
No, ma'am. Not that afternoon.
The morning.
No. I don't know about that morning. She usually would take it in the evening when she ate.
Okay. Sorry, that was a bad question. So Carly would actually take her medicine in the afternoon.
I think so.
Okay.
If it's in the evening, more than likely it was an antipsychotic. I mean, that's been my experience with my son on the different ones he's been on.
That you saw your wife alive?
That was the morning of the 19th.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen kind of how that morning went?
Everything seemed just as normal as ever. She got up and went to work just like always. She would fix tea or something in the morning and get in the car and take off. Nothing seemed unusual at all.
Did you also see Carly that morning?
Yes.
Can you describe for us what, if anything, you noticed about Carly that morning?
Didn't notice anything different.
How would Ashley get to work every morning?
She'd drive her and Carly down to the school.
And then
Yeah, and later on there'll be witnesses, the teacher that saw her on March 19th that whole day, another teacher that had her in her class for like 3.5 years. They said at the pre-trial thing. I mean pre-trial hearing.
how would they both ride back together from school to the house?
Yes.
Did they usually leave, or on March the 19th, did they leave before you or after you that morning?
Usually a couple minutes before.
What about not on the 19th, but on a regular day? Would they get home before or after you got home from work?
They were always home before me unless something happened at my work and I was able to get out a minute early, which is very rare.
What time would they usually get home from school?
Sure on that. I don't know, I guess school is out maybe 3:15, I don't know. It's whatever traffic allows, 15 minutes or something up the road maybe.
And that day, as usual, her mother drove her home. Now, when I did see this part of it, when the camera and the kitchen and everything caught some of it, not the actual shooting, you can hear the mother scream. You can hear a gunshot, a scream, and then 2 more shots. Where was I going with that? Now I can't remember. My mind just went. Oh yeah, the dogs were there. She also yelled for them to get out, get out. They probably wanted to, or maybe going in trying to, sniff her mother or something. She was on the floor. I don't know. Because the dogs all saunter out. I think there were 2. At first I thought there were 3. I think they have 3. Apparently she walked the dogs. But it was really bizarre, you guys. She's like kind of singing to the dogs and everything immediately after doing this. Like within a minute or whatever or less, that she came from the bedroom, because I believe her mom was shot in her bedroom. It wasn't her own bedroom because she was in the process of taking her phone. I'm 99.9% sure about that. Thank you, hon. Thank you. Oops.
Typically, what time do you get home from work?
It varies. Usually I get out of work about 4:30, and sometimes I hit that evening traffic, and it's 20 minutes or so before I make it 3 or 4 miles to the house.
And where is your house?
Right off of Bullfanning out in Farmington Station.
That's here in Rankin County?
Yes, ma'am, out towards the reservoir.
And the distance from where you work to where you live is probably only about 5 miles, right?
Yeah, it's not far. It's just more than even traffic takes a little while.
Do you know if Ashley and Carly were at school all day on March the 19th?
As far as I know.
I want to ask you, Heath, were there times that you and Ashley would text each other on your cell phone?
Yes.
Do you recall talking to Ashley on March the 19th?
I don't recall, other than that evening I got a text saying she was going to go to the grocery store.
Permission to grocery.
Oh, that's interesting. Kate D. Hey, Tina. Great to see you back. The YouTube streets weren't the same without me. Glad to see you are doing well. Take care. Thank you, hon. Thank you. I hope you guys resubscribe if any of you unsubscribed thinking I wasn't coming back. I really kind of wasn't going to because it was so kind of relaxing, not stressing about it. Like, gee, what's going to happen tonight? And, am I going to get flack for saying this? And blah, blah, blah. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I had 2,461 this morning. And then all of a sudden, like a few hours later, I didn't. I had 2,454 or something. And I was like, gee, did 5 people just unsub today? But I don't know. I don't know what my thing says now. I think I'm back up to 4,460. But it means 2,045. Okay. Now in my analytics, like the real number, when it says 245 like that, well, yeah, if it's a 6, so it could be 2,459, not necessarily just 2,045 is what I'm trying to say. It's like every single one counts. Oh, and before I forget, or did I say it already in the beginning of my show? Yeah, Demetrius got a hold of me, and he's been in the nursing home for months, and he gets to go home next week. So things are a lot better. Ask more if you didn't. Ask for more? I think someone might be fighting kind of at the playground outside my window. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to. It is different on my iPhone. Oh, Lord. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I've got my little ticker going on the bottom, my Cash App and my PayPal. Yeah, if you're talking about my son, it is terrific news. He was convinced that people at the smokestacks used to smoke outside. We're talking about. I'm not kidding. Okay, here we go. And now not so much anymore. Her lawyer next to her seems so sweet. Almost a motherly figure. Gave her Kleenex yesterday and just really battling for her. This is pretty long.
Do those
His testimony's pretty long.
and admittedly, these are not all of the messages between you and Ashley Smiley forever, are they?
Right.
Does this appear to be a true and accurate copy of the messages starting at 4:30 that day when she's talking to you about going to Kroger?
It seems to be.
Are we to ask that these
Oh.
messages be marked as the state's next exhibit?
Oh.
It starts at, I think it says 3:20.
I thought Carly just said, when are you coming home? Hurry home or something. I guess she even said, can we go to the store or something when you get home? I didn't know. After she allegedly, or no, she admits to it,
He corrected me.
shooting her
Yeah,
mom.
I apologize, Heath. You're right. The first message I was looking at was actually from the day before. I'm sorry, on 3/18. So on the bottom of that page, your page 2 of that exhibit, what does Ashley say to you? She says, I need to go to Kroger, thinking about going on the way.
Oh my gosh. That was a pretty big mistake. I wish I hadn't commented on it. Apparently, it was not that day. Okay, this was the day before, as she's saying, where I guess Ashley really was bringing up the store. His wife.
My home, do you want anything?
Yes.
Did that appear to be a normal message that you and Ashley would have with each other?
Yes.
I think then you go on to tell her a couple things that you want. If you'll read, ladies and gentlemen, kind of just a grocery list, right?
Yeah, just Mountain Dew, some soft serve ice cream, a couple of kinds of bread that I eat, and some random chips, just some junk food stuff.
And again, typical message between you and Ashley.
Yes.
And then at some point, does she respond back to you?
Yes, she replied back later. Says, gonna go later.
Still sounds like something Ashley would text to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell us about what that next message is that you got from Ashley's phone, Heath.
Said, you almost home, honey.
Does that sound like something Ashley would typically say to you?
Not typically, but it wouldn't have been totally out of the realm. I think she might would have phrased it slightly different, but I don't know.
What time was that text message sent to you?
That says 4:14.
Do you recall telling law enforcement that you thought that Carly actually...
Oh my goodness. Okay. So she, Carly said that, or sent that to him, even said honey and everything. So they're trying to establish definite premeditation, right? Against Carly.
actually sent you that text instead of Ashley?
I was wondering about that one at the time. Yes.
And then, what did you respond to that message?
Said, no, I'll be here for a little bit yet, meaning at work.
And then, you can't see it on this, but I think maybe Carly or whoever had her, Ashley's phone, sent you a thumbs up.
Sounds correct. Yes, it's not on there.
So, let me ask you, what made you think that that was Carly that sent that message and not Ashley?
I don't know, just something with the phrasing of it, maybe. I'm not sure.
I want to walk you through, prior to March the 19th, 2024, did y'all have any type of surveillance cameras at your house?
Yes.
Okay, so we should be getting closer now to seeing that. A lot closer. If not, I'll forward some of this testimony and get to that.
Yes, we had a couple things around. The Ring doorbell. Well, I'm sorry, it's not a Ring. It was a Wise brand doorbell. Actually had gotten to see if packages and stuff were being delivered during the day.
Were there other cameras either in the garage or inside the home?
Yes. 1 second.
Take your time.
He made me thirsty.
One camera in the kitchen that I had actually gotten years before. I was going to actually put it at my mom's house so she could see what her dog was doing when she went outside. But the internet out there in the country is so slow it wouldn't run. So I had set it up at my house, I guess, well before I had even met Ashley. It had just been sitting around.
Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody.
And that was a Wise brand camera also?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if that camera had any kind of like a SD card in it?
Ashley had put an SD card in it at some point, yes.
And I'm not super techie, but an SD card is just kind of something like you put in a regular camera to hold pictures or hold videos. Is that
yes.
Was there any way to tell what time a video popped up from that camera?
That camera was older and had some issues working with the newer software. I'm not.
Okay. Let me mute and forward this a little bit. And probably close my window because the kids, it's 9:26 here and there's little voices out there playing in the dark on a school night at the playground. Unbelievable to me. Okay, just a second. Okay, I haven't seen this. I'm not sure what it is. Is this her coming home first? I don't know. Because obviously that's the garage. Good Lord, that's loud. Is that how loud garage things are now? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the day of. Okay, I haven't seen this. The day of the shooting, March 19th. The mom pulls in, driving, I'm assuming. Lord. Ugh. Okay. This looks like she's getting what? Her bags and things out of the car. Her purse. She's home now. Carly and her mom. Okay, I better pause it for a moment. Wow. Okay, here we go. Didn't that freak you guys out? That loud. Okay, now see, it all happens. That's right. And then she's seen running past this pickup. So this is actually something's going on in the house right now. And she's going to be running. Carly, Gregg, the 14-year-old girl in the background. Watch for her. I don't know who that pickup is. Maybe just a neighbor. I don't know. I'm assuming. Wait. Trigger warning. Okay, now the thing is, she takes off running, you guys. To me, that sounds like a woman's voice. But when they talk about it before she's shot, she only screams once. So I'm thinking that was him, the stepdad, of what he saw. Or himself being shot also and wounded. And hi, Aussie True Crime. Hi there. Hi. She says, hey, hey, beautiful people. There she is. Yeah, it did sound feminine. Thank you so much. Glad you hopped in here. I'll make you a mod too. I made a lot of people mods that have been coming in since I got back after almost 3 months. So, the person running after her, is not her dad, I'm pretty sure. Because, well, unless it was, and then he went back to the house and then he called the cops and was, found laying on his back on the porch and everything. I'm good. I'm good. With all the toxicity and craziness, I needed a break. And then it was so nice having a break through the summer. I almost didn't come back. But I missed you guys a lot. And I really need to talk about some of these intense cases that are coming up. Like, it's incredible, you guys. There's one called Pink, COCAINE. The trial's coming up in November. And this gorgeous influencer, on social media was high as a kite on this stuff. I mean, she was screaming and talking weird and had her top off and all this stuff when in the footage today that I saw when she got arrested in the middle of the afternoon going 80 miles an hour in, I believe, somewhere in California down the middle of a highway and hit hit an SUV, killing 3 people, I believe, and wounding another. So yeah, I mean, she's gonna go away, I believe, for some time. She's handcuffed, and she's like wiping her tears. She's young, I think somewhere in her 20s. It's really, really sad. But yeah, that's coming up. And then, as you all know, P. Diddy was, arrested. And what I heard about that is he went to turn himself in, but he thought he would get bond by turning in his passports and everything, and he did not get bond. He wanted to put up $50 million, and they said no. So he was arrested in New York. I thought they just showed up on him or something today. It was yesterday. Well, it's 9:35 p.m. here, so 2 days ago for those of you that are down south and stuff. But I've heard in detail from the DA or whatever some of the stuff he did and taped, filmed to hold against people and whatnot. And I know these are all just allegations right now, but if it's true, it's beyond horrific. Let's put it that way. Anyway, a lot's been happening and going on. Okay, so this right here is the Carly Gregg case, and she just ran within minutes. They're saying he has gone to a pretty bad prison, really, in New York. I heard, is it Rikers is pretty tough. That's in New York. I wonder if he's there. But even so, Aussie True Crime, he'll probably be treated with kid gloves for now, right? For now. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I don't know who that was running after her, but the dad wrestled the GUN away from her. Yeah, so it definitely wasn't him because he got it and put it on the kitchen counter. He said it. And it was her mother's pew pew. Shoot, I'm supposed to say pew pew. And it had 1 bullet in the chamber left. That was said yesterday. Laying on the bedroom table in her mother's room. And the child has severe mental illness. I don't get it, you guys. You just can't leave loaded weapons around. And they discuss this. You can't do that even really with or without having your children having an illness. You just don't even know what'll set someone off these days either, including your child, a grown adult child for that matter. But they were discussing that yesterday, the judge saying that that was a mistake and that she's by no means blaming or condemning, the victims, but it's something to think about. Okay, let's get back to this. Can hear the birds. Yes. Yep, P. Diddy.
Mr. Smiley, is that a true and accurate representation of what you recall when she got home that afternoon?
Yes.
Who was that screaming that we heard on the video?
It was Carly screaming, and you heard me holler, "What's the matter?"
Oh.
And what about seeing Carly made you ask her what was wrong?
I could immediately tell that something was bad wrong with Carly. Just the screaming, her eyes were
Carly scream like that before?
No.
Have you ever seen Carly look as terrified as she did on March 19th before?
No.
Would Carly have any reason to...
Lord. This sounds like the lawyer of Carly Gregg's voice.
run from you?
No.
Mr. Smiley, can you describe the floor plan at your house?
Yep, it is her.
I guess it's what you call a split. And it's got kind of on the north end, some master bedroom, bath, and closet. Living room and kitchen kind of in the middle, and then on the other end there's two smaller bedrooms that share a bathroom in between the two.
And where was Carly's bedroom?
It was on the southeast end of the house.
And you mentioned that there was where Carly's bedroom was, there was also a bathroom and another room?
Yes.
What did you use that other bedroom for?
A lot of just general storage stuff, and had some weights, and there's a little treadmill in there.
Kind of what we call like a junk room.
Yeah, a lot of junk in the closet on a shelf and laying around.
And is there a hallway that separates the...
Wow. Okay, let me forward this a little so we can get to the... This is going to end up being a 2-hour live, but that's okay. So we can get to her reaction being filmed in the kitchen before he comes home. So I might have to find that somewhere else, but let me take a gander here. Okay, here it is. There's a lady that peeks around the corner with long blonde hair. And I didn't know who that was, but I think that might be her mother. Oh my God, there's her mother, you guys. I haven't seen the beginning of this. Oh my God. Okay, so she comes home, takes the dogs out, which she does every day, apparently. This is what I was glued to the couch watching. Was frankly glad that, there was no like cameras out there. And it's not very long, see? It's not very long. This is when her and her mother, Ashley, get home from school on March 19th. And her mother finds a vape in her bedroom and takes her phone. Whoops. What's that from? Oof. Oh, I did it again. I keep hitting a button. Sorry. On the side of the iPad. Okay, 2 to... Yes. Yes, sunshine. Apparently that's what happened. Um Maybe she got mad. I'm not justifying her behavior at all, but that her mom was maybe looking or snooping in her room a little bit, like maybe why was she even in there? I don't know. Um how premeditated was this, or did she just snap? But I found out today they are they're pleading the insanity plea. Is that what I'm trying to say? I'm not sure. She might have. There's her mother. She might have talked to her about it. I'm not sure. Maybe in the past, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I was like, hey, honey, do you want a snack? Or we're going to have dinner soon. Like, they're not even talking at all. But then again, you know what? They probably talked a lot in the car or a little on the way home. So they're just taking care of business, taking the dogs out. I guess there's nothing too significant. You couldn't pay me money to have any kind of pew-pew in my house. Any amount of money. You just really couldn't. Not even millions. With all the situations I'm in and things with my son and stuff that, you know, mm-mm. Yes. Yeah. Does she have a history of violence? The daughter, well, so far we know about a year ago, and maybe she was doing it more often, but what he was aware of was her harming herself. And am I allowed to even say this on here? Well, anyway, harming herself on her leg, if you know what I mean. And apparently she brought that knife to, you know, school. And I have in my house, but they're locked up in a safe. Good for you. So I don't think she does, to tell you the truth. I don't think she has a history of violence. I thought I heard that yesterday too. Okay, why is that there? Ay, ay, ay. I'm just going to leave it there because if I mess with buttons too much, something's going to happen. I'll lose it. Whole page. There's her mother. See, she's wondering where she is, kind of, right? Right there. Okay, everything happens now within minutes. So I'm beginning to wonder, like, well, I don't know. I wonder if she has the pew pew on her right now when she took the dogs out. And this is planned, you guys, honestly. But then again, wouldn't her mother be in her room at least once by now checking? But then for the pew pew? But probably not, because she would never think her daughter would do this, right? Who does? So apparently too, if I talk like through it, I don't have to stop it quite as much either, but things go down any second. Oh gosh. Why is she stopping there and looking around, you guys? Like she's trying to get an idea where her mom is. Or maybe she's just looking for her. But it happens so fast now. Oh, she just had something behind her back, I swear. Her elbow was sticking out, you guys. See? Oh my God, you guys. Like that. See your elbow sticking out there. Oh my gosh. She did not come in. That noise, hi Tupac's wife, was her shooting her mother. Shot her. She screamed, shot her 2 more times, killing her. Watch. I'm going to rewind it, and you guys will see her elbow sticking out when she's kind of looking for her mom, and then you hear shots. And the story is that she found her mom getting into her stuff, and there was an altercation. I know. I know. Thank you. Thank you. It is, oh my God, with prayer hands. It really is, it's like, hi everybody. See, you're all mods. It was a 38 Magnum. Yep. Which somebody said yesterday that specializes in pew pews is about 12 pounds. And now she's sitting on that stool right there, and she looks up at the camera first. So I'm going to rewind it a little. I am. Now watch. When she's kind of looking for her before the shots, you can see her elbow sticking out. So she's hiding it there. I thought she just went to hide it when she was coming into the kitchen. Okay, just a second here. I'm trying to slow it down even. All right, but I'm not able to. Oh, Lord. Okay, the mom walks down the living room just now. Back up. In a minute, she'll go to the door, kind of wonder where she is, and then she'll come in. Watch for the daughter's elbow sticking out that she's hiding on the. You got the big doorway entrance into the living room from the kitchen on the left side where she is. We're not there yet, though. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. That's heavy, I know. Well, you're welcome, you guys, for the wrenches. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good grief, you guys. The mom was 40 years old. Boyfriend's 39. She's 14. Trying to get to the part. Okay, she's looking for here, see? She just went up to the door, kind of like, how come she's not back yet with the dogs? So I just, yes, she's 15 now. She turned 15 the next month. Yes. She could pass for nearly 12. This is literally when I saw this and her mental health issues and whatnot. You guys, I had to come back on. I needed to discuss some of these riveting cases that are coming up. Okay, so her mom has walked up and down the living room area, obviously not really looking for her, or she'd be calling her name out, unless she is in other rooms and we can't hear it. Any second, remember, her daughter walks in the door after bringing the dogs out. Wow, you guys. Look how she acts. Look how she's slightly creeping around. See, look at that. I'm getting, excuse me, creeped out, knowing what's going to happen. See, then she walks down there. Now watch. Look, focus on her elbow. Right above where those dogs are, right there. Okay, see, she's looking for, see? Did you guys see that? Her elbow is sticking out. She was holding it behind. It happens now. She's hiding it from the camera. And this is where she sends the text with her mother's phone to the father saying, "Hey, hun, when are you going to be home?" Hi, unwrenched Mama T. I know. This is why I said more riveting testimony. Riveting and horrific and really sad, and I don't want to become desensitized to this stuff. I'm not, but look at her. Humming to the dogs. So now, and Keith said, maybe his name's Heath, I think it's Keith, the stepdad, said she was lying in wait for him. I'm kind of thinking, okay, I don't know, but is she the kind of person that because she had a burner phone and a boyfriend, yeah, Sean B, sad, scary, and sickening. It really is. Um, and she's got the dogs, and what? She'd just have the whole house to herself if she got rid of both of her parents. She could vape and do whatever she wanted to. Like, part of me kind of wonders, was her mom being a teacher? Her mom was a math teacher. Yes, Tupac's wife. She shoots the stepdad too. Watch my video from yesterday because, you know, I'm on the basic plan. That's what I can afford right now. I can't really show it again, but he gets grazed, I believe, in the shoulder, and he's screaming on the 911 call. So I'm hoping all of you will follow this case with me. She's being tried as an adult. Honestly, like, because of all her mental issues. I mean, this is so graphic, and I don't want it to seem like, okay, my son has mental issues, so I'm just going to feel sorry for this girl. It's not that. She literally, like, her medication was changed, and she had real depression and anxiety. And I hope to God that her parents, at least not her mom, and again, I'm not victim blaming, but I'm just saying, wasn't one of these women, right, that pushed for the perfectionism all the time, and as she got a little bit older, she just wanted that extra freedom. I don't know. No. The mom did, though. The mom did. She was shot at 3 times, and one went in her face and one in her brain. That's where they removed the bullets. They said that today. Oh, I'm probably going to have a hard time sleeping tonight. Okay, let's get on with this. She yells somewhere to the dogs, like, get out, get out. She yells at them. Pretty... Okay, what was that? Was that gunshots, you guys? Because she shoots at the stepdad 3 times. But he would be screaming by now, and she'd be running by now. And somewhere coming up, she yells at the dogs like they're trying to get into the room, or up to the mother. She yells at them, get back, or says something, I'm not sure. Oh, you could be right. I have no clue. I'm talking a lot during it, and I'm stopping it, so we can talk. That's a good question. That's a good question. I have no idea. I know that she's been in regular jail. She was sent to detention first and had her blood drawn and all that, checked for drugs, and then processed or whatever at the jail. And because it's so heinous and the state believes premeditated, honestly, you guys, like, even everybody, I mean, during the 911 call when she was crying and it kind of all really hit her, and I mean, she had snot, I mean, that's what it is, hanging from her nose. She had to keep grabbing Kleenexes. It wasn't an act. But this is pretty damning evidence from the state, right? To say the least. And the people that host the show are feeling it too. I don't think they're going to just send her to a mental facility. I don't know. Yes, Tupac's wife. She sat on that chair with the pew pew behind her so the cameras couldn't see it or whatever. And with his her mother's phone kind of lured him and said, "Hey, honey," or no, "When are you going to be home, honey?" Yeah. Or "Hope you're coming home soon, honey." Something like that. Her friends are saying she was kind of living a double life at that point. Instead of being the sort of the perfect little child with the perfect grades and the, she skipped a grade. She's absolutely extremely intelligent. They said she got 30 30 on her SATs, which is really high. Um, and she's 14 when this is happening, but she had mental issues, and both her and her mother were concerned. She'd been to counseling and things, that she might have what her father has, but they hasn't, her biological father, that is. And her mother, up to her death, was in a very contentious divorce with her biological dad. Maybe she wanted to go live with him. You never know. And she was harboring this anger. I don't know. We still don't really know. Yep, it's only day 2 today. Tomorrow will be day 3, you guys. Please watch it. Get an idea of what's going on if you have the time, if you have the willingness to. And we'll discuss it again tomorrow. Look how that one dog is by the chair where she was sitting. It's almost like the dog's waiting for her to. Hi, deep froggies. It is horrible. It's really, really horrible. See, stay back to the dogs. It's okay. She just shot her. I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Turn the exhibit to the court reporter, please.
There she is.
Stand down, but you're still under subpoena.
He's the lead investigator right there. Well, I got people asking a lot of questions, so I might try to find the entire 911 call and then just end with that, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead. No, I'm not going to play any music in the middle of this because I can't hear it from this end. And what if it's this happy-go-lucky intermission thing and I just, like, it's just inappropriate. Do you know what I mean? So bear with me.
took it from her and she ran? Yes, sir. She was screaming something at me I couldn't understand. I locked the door. She's outside. I don't know what's going on. Which way did she run off to? She ran into the backyard. Ran over a fence. Ran into the backyard and went over your fence. What did she
I was fighting back tears yesterday the first time I heard this. And just talking right now to you guys, I'm getting a little choked up because she's majorly sobbing. That's not an act. But again, when I saw today's footage, I was mortified. Right? That footage inside the house. Art Ghost Show says, could you imagine if after losing his wife and being blasted, the stepdad is then prosecuted for the child's actions, like they've held parents accountable in recent cases involving minor perps? Yeah. If you're referring at all, Art Ghost Show, and I'm not dismissing what you're saying in any shape, way, or form, like at all. But like is his name Colt Gray or whatever, the one that, what did he shoot now? I can't even think. The school in was it Georgia or Wisconsin? I don't know. Anyway, wherever it was, the reason the dad is being held accountable this time, this is what I heard, is the cops were literally there and spoke to his son, Colt, and him about the threats he was making. At that point, it was good about a year ago. And then, even after all that, his father, for Christmas, bought him an a AR-7. Is that what, or AR something? And so, yeah, that's beyond negligent, I believe. Now, should the dad go away for 30 years or something? No. But, I mean, 4 people were MURDERED at the school, right? 2 teachers and 2 young students. So anyway, that's what I heard. That's just my 2 cents worth on that. But many other cases, completely, I do understand. This is 8 minutes long.
About how tall is she? About 5'2". What color hair? Brownish. Brownish, just short hair.
That's the 911 operator right there.
She killed her mom? Yeah.
Man. This is a stepfather that I showed earlier in my show on Stand. For those of you that came in later, if you want to watch my program, we talk about what we see there too. He gives his testimony of how she was that day in the morning when she woke up and everything seemed fine to him. This is the stepdad who he's been in her life now for 3.5 years. Her biological father is divorcing, or the mother's divorcing him in the middle of all of this.
Okay, your address is 215, correct? 214. 214. Your address is 214. Okay, sir. Where's your wife? She's down on the floor in my stepdaughter's room. She's on the floor in your stepdaughter's room? What's your wife's name? Ashley Smiley. Ashley Smiley? Well, sir, I need you to speak with me, okay? Can you go outside the house and speak to me?
It's hard for everybody. Look at that lawyer sitting next to her. He's I think it's kind of, I mean, I don't know if sweet is the word, but he's like this. He's rubbing his lips like, just getting through it and listening and empathizing. You know, I'm sure he has feelings for the stepdad, her, obviously, Ashley Smiley, her mom who passed away. This guy right here, he's kind of, I don't want to say funny, but, you know, has his own way of dealing with listening to something horrific. I'm not judging him by any means. I think it's kind of sweet and maybe even endearing. I don't know. Where am I going? Okay. It's over, halfway over.
Okay. Now, was there any problem going on with is it your stepdaughter or? It's not stepdaughter. It's her mom. I don't know what's going on. Your stepdaughter's
Maybe that's the grandma there. Ashley's mom. I don't know though.
Okay, and you say your wife has been shot? No further questions, Your Honor.
Defense wish to use the projector for cross-examination.
The defense has no cross-examination.
All right. You may step down, sir. Are you going to use that with your next witness? Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wasn't planning on showing even part of that 911 call again. But this is this is why I'm back on here. And this is why I'm starting to follow trials again, which I've always watched, you know, and Dateline and 48 Hours and stuff, but this is all live. So prayers, prayers for the stepdad. Rest in peace to the mom, right? Ashley. And prayers, I believe, for the daughter, because she's visibly really seeing, you know, this was 6 months ago. And I'm thinking this was the first time that she heard the 911 call, maybe ever. It's been 2 hours and 29 minutes, and I'm just going to end my live. Please make sure your pews are in a safe place and locked up. And you guys all stay safe, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay? Day 3 is tomorrow. You're welcome, you guys. I love you all. Thank you for all of your help. Please hit the like. Help me get to 2,460 again. I was there yesterday. I'm trying to get to 2,500. I only need 40 some more subs. Tell your friends if you would. That would mean more to me. This sounds dumb. More to me than getting a Cash App or a PayPal. Okay, you guys. I'm going to leave now. This is PCT is extreme. Love you.